Hey my sugar bears, welcome back to my channel, Bougie AF. It's your host, J. Nicole. It's where I say stay bougie on them. It's me feeding you feminism for the soul. It's my soul food offering. It's where I apply pressure to issues by being critical and logical. Now don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get to the commentary where I can guarantee you I will be doing too much because that's just me. And like Sheree said, who's gonna check me, boo? Hey y'all, it's your girl J. Nicole, and you're tuned in to the Bougie AF channel where I say stay bougie on them and I'm serving you feminism for the soul. Don't forget to check me out in them people's Instagram at OG_Bougie AF. You can also check me out in them people's Twitter, known now as X, at I'm_Bougie_AF. So let's get into it. Sad state of affairs, y'all. I have to drag me a nigga, okay? I have to drag me a nigga. I am so sorry to start it off like this, but I guess today is gonna be trash day, okay, where we take out some trash and talk some shit about some niggas that is just words can't describe. There's just too much that's going on in my brain when it comes to seeing trash ass niggas. So let's start off with something funny. But today y'all know, y'all see the flyer, we're gonna do a little Instagram scroll. So, I got some stories saved that I want to talk about. And so before we get into the main story of this video, which we are going to be talking about Floyd Mayweather and his recent interview with, I don't know who the fuck it's with, but his recent interview where he is talking without being asked. He is talking about Diddy. He's talking about his daughter, Mayweather, and his her baby daddy, which is NBA Youngboy. The inaudible can't speak, sounds like he's in third grade ass nigga, and his grandson, and family and life and stuff like that. And so, we're going to get into that. So before we do, I thought this was really funny. And when talking about trash ass niggas, let's go there.
Don't start your long shit. Put your legs in. That's it. Period. Thank you.
Ooh. Not like a nigga talking shit to you.
And I'm just.
She said, that's my car. He said, shut the fuck up.
Niggas don't tell you, bro.
Don't that shit, dog. That shit wild. Y'all can't.
No, we're gonna run that back again. We're gonna run that back again because my ass was talking and I want to make sure y'all hear how disrespectful this nigga is in this woman's car, okay?
Don't start your long shit. Put your legs in. That's it. Period. Thank you.
This is my car, and I'm driving.
Fuck up, kid. You niggas are sick, bro. One of them niggas don't tell you, bro.
Don't that shit out here, dog. That shit wild. Y'all can't come back here, yo.
Y'all do that, bro.
That shit is dead.
Open the door. What the fuck are you doing? Open the door.
Got him.
Open the door! Stop! Open the door! Don't.
Could you imagine talking to a nigga talking to you like that in yo shit, talking about he one of them niggas, but he ain't getting in one of his cars, but he's getting in yo shit? You see her though, I respect her. I listen to you though. I'll play like I listen to you because ain't no need to get no hits and no nothing like that, arguing with an unstable ass, unhinged ass nigga like that. But she did what she knew best, and sis, you did that. Drove off on a nigga. You sitting there talking about I'm one of those niggas. Gonna fucking bitch. Go call me a bitch in front of these niggas. Oh, you got me fucked up. Nigga, you about to go get on whatever it is out there, MBTA, whatever the martyr. You about to go catch something because you won't be catching this. You won't be catching this. You won't be in this car. You won't be in this car. You just won't be in this car. These niggas is crazy. But as a young girl, because I was raised by my mother who taught me some game, and part of that game was like when I used to use her car, or when I had my car, she used to always say if I was ever talking to a nigga who didn't have a car, tell that nigga that car's in my name so he won't. My mother said, tell them all it's in my name. Protect yourself. That nigga know not to even ask because it ain't even in your name. Tell him it's in my name. And it worked. It worked. I never had a nigga in my car driving my car out in these streets. That just was never gonna happen. So I'm gonna teach these young girls something. Gonna talk to you crazy and want to get in your shit. Okay, so from one trash ass nigga to a next. All right, so this is NBA Youngboy, and I gotta figure out like where I want to go with this in terms of how I want to talk about this. I am going to make a little funny TikTok video about this, but I also wanted to do a YouTube video. So this video is going to be extremely short because then we got to go into trash ass nigga Scrappy in his I guess he's back with his baby mother Erica, and just gonna talk about trash ass niggas today. We taking out the trash. That's what we doing. So I think I'm going to start because it makes more sense of why I feel like Floyd Mayweather is trash. I'm going to start with Floyd Mayweather deciding that he wants to address the P. Diddy situation. Now, just to remind you, in this interview, nobody asked him this shit. He decided to offer his commentary because that's what y'all niggas are doing out here nowadays. The men are having commentary. They have a lot of thoughts and opinions, and they are gossiping, and they in the shits with us. So here we go, Floyd Mayweather.
Even like P. Diddy. I'm not going to speak bad about P. Diddy because he's still a black man. Mistakes happen, and I can't say if it is or it's not a mistake, but things happen in life. And P. Diddy business is P. Diddy business. It's not my job or anyone else's job to go on the internet and stump him and kick a man while he's down. My take on it is it's not my business. I don't think it's right at all, and I don't condone it. Even if that happened to my daughter, I would be hurt. But that's a choice that my daughter made.
Yeah.
So I don't want to kick nobody while they're down.
I think the big thing, because I have girls too, is though.
No boys?
I have a boy too.
Okay.
Is one, if your son is in that position or your son is accused of those things that Diddy was accused of, like,
even like P. Diddy. I'm not going
to believe in my son and what he says, but I'm going to check him about that. I'm going to check him about whether or not these are things you've done. I'm also going to check him about putting himself in those positions. And on the other side that we have to be very careful of, especially when talking about women, is that if those things are true, right, and some of the things are true,
Yes.
That wasn't a decision they made. Right, that's something that was done to them, and I wasn't in those rooms, so I can't cast aspersions on Diddy and say that he did it or he did do it or he's an evil man or he is. What I am saying is, if those things happen to those women, not
Yes.
only is it not right, it's also not their fault. I'm going to believe in my son and what he says, but I'm gonna check him about that. I'm gonna check him about whether or not these are things you've done. I'm also gonna check him about putting himself in those positions. And on the other side that we have to be very careful of, especially when talking about women, is that if those things are true, right, and some of the things are true,
Yes.
That wasn't a decision they made, right? That's something that was done to them. And I wasn't in those rooms, so I can't cast aspersions on Diddy and say that he did it or he did do it or he's an evil man or he is. What I am saying is, if those things happen to those women, not
Yes.
only is it not right, it's also not their fault. I'm going to believe in my son and what he says, but I'm gonna check him about that.
So the reason why I wanted to talk about this, and so this is the Pivot podcast. It's with I don't know the brown-skinned gentleman's name. It escapes me, but I know. Oh, so that's Ryan Clark, I believe so. And then I think the other one, the light-skinned gentleman, is something Crowder. He's the one who's always, last year had something to say about Russell Wilson. Seemed really obsessed with him. The reason why I wanted to do this video because of how Floyd Mayweather started it off when he says, I'm not going to speak on this man because that's another black man. And there's this weird thing where in the community and niggas who try to insinuate as black people that we're all in this, community in the cloud. We all look out for each other. We all are trying to do things to better one another. We're all trying to pull one another up and all this other stuff. I'm here to tell you the biggest haters, just like Cat Williams has said, in my life, and the most problems I've ever had in my life is from my own people. That's at work, that's whatever. It's been my own motherfucking people. With that being said, I'm not quite sure why anybody would feel, meaning Floyd Mayweather, and we're going to get into the other video, meaning Floyd Mayweather, why do you feel because of this skin color that we share that I could not, or you can't, form an opinion like Ryan Clark did in terms of saying, hey, there's details of this that lets you know in terms of Cassie, in terms of what Gene Deal said, allegedly, in terms of, knowing that there was drugs placed in alcohol and things like that, that you can't sit up here and say that that was a choice that she made or these women made at all times, right? Like, there are some really nefarious things that are happening where someone is drugging, potentially or allegedly drugging women to take advantage of them and to get them at their weakest and vulnerable points where they depend on him, right? And a lifestyle and all these other stuff. And that's why it's so important to understand power dynamics. And shout out Tiffany Red, because I think that went over a lot of people's head, right? People will get you in situations, get your guard down, get you depending on them, and get you willing to do things that you probably wouldn't have done in the very beginning. And it seems as though P. Diddy is one of those people. On top of that, to see P. Diddy, and this is where Floyd loses me. Well, he doesn't lose me because I understand. I understand when, Fuckboy 1 can't tell you or talk against Fuckboy 2 because Fuckboy 1 understands and he can relate to Fuckboy 2. So he don't want to say too much because Fuckboy 1 doesn't want people to come back from his past to tell you about him and his shitty ways, right? But we remember Chanel Jackson and the things that she allegedly in terms of like the things that she went through with Floyd Mayweather. This woman rather had an abortion. She aborted her twins than to have a baby by a millionaire. Where the fuck they do that at? Come on, y'all. So that's a woman that was like, this is hell. This ain't worth being tied to this type of nigga, right? It ain't worth it. The money sometimes don't be worth it, right? To deal with certain headaches, right? But back to Floyd feeling like he can't talk about Fuckboy 2. So Fuckboy 2, when we seen him accept that Lifetime Achievement Award, and Fuckboy 2 is up there and he's shouting out Cassie and saying, yo, shout out to Cassie who held me down in dark times. And then we later on find out he's talking about the fact that he may have, he raped that girl, may have allegedly raped that girl. Right? What about this story and what has come out about Diddy that you can relate to, can't talk against, can't take a stand on? Right? Because that's what we're talking about. Because it can't be blackness. Because let me be completely clear. As I'm up on this motherfucking mic, I don't know you niggas. And so everything is up in the air for me. Nothing is off the table for me. And I'm talking about it all. If I feel like you are out in the community, you are preying on it, PREY, taking advantage of people. Knowing that our community suffers from a lot of different things in terms of our community being extremely vulnerable, right? Being undereducated and suffering from all types of traumas and stuff like that. If I find that you are one of those people out there and playing on my people's their brains, I'm gonna have a problem with you. I'm not gonna be reserved. There's no polite way for me in terms of that. I gotta respect you out of blackness and you can't respect the community that y'all always pushing all the time. Fuck you. And it been fuck Diddy. I didn't need Cassie to come out and tell me what I already knew about Diddy. I sure enough didn't. I remember sitting on my podcast 5 or 6 years ago and say, something ain't adding up. Why this the only nigga doing swell after all these years? Why this the only nigga set up for life for the right way, right? So what ends up happening a lot of times, people will do that pushing community, support black people, and all this other stuff. And all they're trying to do is get in position and treat you just like the white man treats you. That's all that we have seen from a lot of these label leaders, these label executives. You're not putting people in great position. There's too many people who have been associated with Bad Boy Records and Diddy who say, I'm still fucked up out here. To the point to that bodyguard that somehow disappeared who talked about how he didn't look out for his son. It could have, helped him a little. What? How about that community? Fuck the community in terms of the masses. How about you just make sure you take care of the community you surround yourself with? I think that's the most important thing. That's your kids. That's your baby mothers. That is your the employees. Like, do right by them. That's what I want. I want you to do right by that, because expecting you to save the world and everybody, that's unrealistic, and this ain't shit about me unrealistic, right? So don't push community, but then the community around you is fucked up, right? And don't have it out there, Floyd Mayweather, you can't speak about Diddy, but all types of shit is alleged. From all types of harm to breaking and hurting Kim Porter. And it's alleged that people really do believe that he has something to do with that. And you can't speak out against him? A topic that you brought up. Get the fuck out of here. You can't speak out against him because you are him. You can't speak out against him because you know how it is to get money and do whatever the fuck you want to people and take advantage of people, talk to them like shit. You get what I'm saying? That's why you can't talk about him, because you can relate to him. Right? So you want to sit there and act like, I don't hate on the next man. That's not how I move, because you can't. You can't. The pot can never call you know what I mean? You can't call him out. You are him. He is you. Let's see what my co-hosts have to say in the comments. Overdose on dope says, go ahead, Ryan Clark, because that was the responsible response, right? Thank you, Ryan Clark. There's a such thing as not tearing down a black man, protecting black women and your own daughter, protecting your sons, and also acknowledging abuse at the same damn time. That's a whole fact. Floyd, what? A choice your daughter made? God help us. Yes, God help us. And God help her, because that means that she has been raised by a fuck nigga. There's a difference of, like, when you see a woman like Fonnie Willis and she said, that's not what my daddy taught me. Those teachings are a little different when you ain't raised by a hotep ass nigga, when you ain't raised by a fuck boy. You get what I'm saying? Those teachings be, you ain't raised by an OG from the hood. Them teachings be completely different. And it sure enough don't be about raising their daughters to coddle men who aren't showing up to be the caliber of men that they are. You think Fonnie Willis's father is telling her to date men that are lesser than him and accept that bullshit? No, that's not what's happening. And that's why she could sit up there and tell you we had battles, because only man that takes care of me is my daddy. Because she understands the power dynamics of what happens when a lot of times, like, men like P. Diddy and men like Floyd Mayweather, when they feel like they can take care of you and they feel like they can treat you and talk to you like a dog. So this is why I say I never am envious and jealous of other people in their life and what they got, because you don't know what hell people are going through behind closed doors, and that's just a fact of it. That's just a fact. Nigga have you in a hotel getting fucked by some male prostitutes. You don't know what a nigga is having you do out here. All right, let's read some more of these comments. Floyd, what? Several coat only one that got sense, I see. Yeah, pretty much, Ryan Clark. Say, why is it a mistake for Diddy but a choice for your daughter? Be for real. Like, this is crazy. And this is the problem. This is why I said in my previous video or my TikTok video, I said yesterday leaders aren't today leaders. Because there's just no way that you as a man could sit up here and offer to talk about something, bring something up, and act like you want to hold it down. Like, that shit is crazy. Real men don't gossip, and that's a fact. They just don't. This explains why he never said anything against about Yaya and Kentrell relationship. Yikes. Super yikes. And we're getting there. Kentrell is NBA Youngboy, which is his daughter. Now, if you don't know, his daughter got a whole charge out here, right? It's alleged that his daughter got a whole STD out here behind NBA Youngboy. You get what I'm saying? It's alleged that his daughter was just out here crazy over this nigga, doing the most over this nigga, just for him to end up married to the next bitch. It was crazy. And that's not like I'm saying that it was like a large span of time between her stabbing a girl over him, catching a charge, having to plea, and then him popping up and being married to the next bitch. When I tell you, it was like all less than 2 years. All less than 2 years that this happened. It's like, damn, when did you get a wife? You just had the yaya on the motherfucking on the internet talking about, you talking about her? You talking about my bitch? She right here. Fuck her daddy. Go check out my TikTok because I most definitely did a video where I talked about the fact that, NBA Youngboy got on the internet and decided to disrespect his baby mother and said to Yo Gotti, I'm sorry, yeah, Yo Gotti, but John Gotti, the Jr.'s daughter, to do his baby mama the worst way. He don't give a fuck. I don't fuck with them people. I hope you do that bitch the worst way is what that nigga said. About his baby mama, Floyd Mayweather's daughter. And I tell y'all all of that because that's going to lead y'all to give an insight to a little bit to the next video that I'm about to show you to let you know this is just a trash ass nigga. Now, I think he thinks he's taking the position of being the head of a family and trying to keep his family together and making sure that he can be that calm and be that bridge of communicating with NBA Youngboy and being a man that probably he has not had because his father is in the prison for the 55 years into life type of situation. To be like a father figure and help calm things down so that everybody could, get together and be in each other's lives, right? Because, NBA Youngboy is that child's father. Even though he said that he ain't really into the father thing, 11 children, 8 baby mamas later, he's now figuring out that he don't want to be a daddy. Okay, so this explanation why he's okay, I read that. Mind your business. Cassidy made her decisions. Who the fuck is Cassidy? Oh, yeah, who the fuck is Cassidy? She went by Cassie, and I think her real name is like Cassandra. Protect that black man in the silver jacket at all costs. Like, women, we tired of hearing this hotep shit that your niggas keep on peddling. We need more men like the one in the silver. That's all I'm just gonna say. Like, this nigga is trash. Men who always choose not to speak on things that matter be guilty as well and don't want their secrets outed. That's a fact. That's what I'm saying. Like, what about this nigga can you relate to? Because it can't be blackness. It can't. How do you relate to an alleged rapist? Like, that's why all these men, or back in the day when people were defending R. Kelly and can't speak out against him, like it's like a Fat Joe and all the other weirdo shit. It was sort of like, so what's up with you? Like, what were you doing? What were you doing out in your streets like that we don't know about? Because that's the only thing that makes sense. Because when you live a certain way, when you know what you have done, when you know I can go open up my closet because ain't shit in there that I'm not ashamed of or I couldn't stand on, you don't be out here thinking that you gotta stand by and hold a aura down or like what? Thank you at Real Ryan Clark. We have to protect black women. It's a fact. I like how homie corrected Floyd, who's basically said if his daughter got abused, it was her fault. That's basically probably what it was between her and NBA Youngboy. Like, let's keep it 100. But let's get into the next video where he is offering his insights on his relationship with family, with NBA Youngboy. And like I said, NBA Youngboy did get on the internet and disrespect him, but I think he's just trying to be the mature one.
Yeah. The ultimate goal is to always put your loved ones, your family members in a position to grow. Yeah. And that's what it's about. Me and NBA Youngboy speak on a regular. We speak on a daily. Very happy for his career, proud of him. And eventually, he's going to grow like anybody that's young. When I was young, I visualized and seen things a certain way, but as you get older, you look at things totally different.
I gotta ask him, with NBA Youngboy,
Yes.
you talk daily.
Yes.
Are you impacting him? Like with knowing that, like saying your baby, your grandson, who
Yes.
we done all played with at the
Yes.
crib. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
How is that dynamic? Because you're so much older and you've been so successful, and he's successful as well. But that's the thing that people want to know. Like, what is y'all relationship like? What's the dynamic between you and him?
We talk about investments and just growth, buying land, and what's crazy is out here in the world today. Ultimate goal. Yeah. The ultimate goal is to always put your loved ones, your family members in a position to grow. Yeah. And that's what it's about. Me and NBA Youngboy speak on a regular. We speak on a daily. Very happy for his career, proud of him. And eventually, he's going to grow like anybody that's young. When I was young, I visualized and seen things a certain way, but as you get older, you look at things totally different.
I gotta ask him what NBA Youngboy.
Yes.
You talk.
This is where I think sometimes the younger generation gets misguided, and where he talks about he's young and people are going to go through things and they're going to grow, which is a fact of life. But I also feel like this seems to be sometimes used as an excuse to not call out and hold people accountable for their behavior. Now, I have not did a video about this, but it is alleged, and I'm going to look it up, that Krishan Rock son and Blueface's son has fetal alcohol syndrome, allegedly. And I just remember when she got pregnant and there was all these weird ass women in the comment section, and they were saying things like, oh, this baby really gonna grow her up. She gonna grow from this. This is gonna make her a better person. Cause like when you have a baby, it changes you. And I'm not from that school of thought. I'm just gonna be completely honest, and not because of celebrities, because of real fucking life, and seeing that no, a lot of times children don't grow people up. A lot of times children end up having to bear the brunt of being born to immature, not ready ass parents, i.e. Monique's son, right? People who aren't ready, people who aren't interested in being kids. I mean, being mothers, right? So we see this happen consistently. And I just remember those comments about Krishan Rock and them saying, oh, this is really going to help her. And so now, I think it's almost like I don't know how old her baby is, but I think he may be about 5 or 6 months, like that. Just to find out that he may have suffering from fetal alcohol syndrome, which means that she may have been drinking during her pregnancy, which means that everything that Blueface was running to the Twitter and exposing her for, and we're thinking like, this nigga is foul, this nigga is angry, this nigga is hating, and this nigga is begging this girl not to have his baby. This nigga seeing how she's living and how she's moving, knowing that she's not ready to grow the fuck up, knowing that this is nothing like my first baby mother, who probably took care of herself, went to her doctor appointments regularly, took her prenatals, was eating, and you know what I mean, sitting her ass down for her baby to, you know, incubate, not on the motherfucking stage all wild and crazy and taking all types of late night jobs and gigs, and not at the club, taking appearances and shit like that. Like NBA Youngboy might be, you know, I'm not NBA Youngboy. Blueface may not be all there, and that's a fact, because I mean his mother. But that's a fact. But he had a little bit of common sense to know that this one ain't ready. Can you please not have that baby? I don't want to be your baby daddy. I don't want your. I'm sorry. This nigga, and I'm like, I remember watching it on the Twitter, like, this nigga is fucked up. That's like, what do you mean? No, let somebody else. That's not mine. That's not mine. Nigga went and found another nigga to come out and say he slept with her. Like, he just did not want to have this baby. Long story short, my point is, he was trying to tell us the whole time that he knew she wasn't right and she weren't living right. And just for that baby to, you know, like I said, be suffering from fetal alcohol syndrome, allegedly, it's sad. Because, again, a kid does not grow you up, right? You don't know you're not supposed to drink and smoke and all those different things. Right? So now this child has to go through the rest of their life and probably have some developmental issues, right? And this child will eventually grow up, and depending on how severe or whatever, he'll see and know like how his mother was behaving, and did it affect me in terms of like how I turned out. And the answer is yes, right? Same way Monique's son had to grow up and realize when she's sitting in interviews talking about I wasn't interested in being a mother, and he's sitting back was like, oh, okay, that's why I grew up and went through the things I went through. It makes sense now. You weren't invested. You didn't care like that, right? So all these things matter, and I need people to stop thinking like children save, grow people up, and change them, because that's not their jobs. Can we not give kids jobs right out the birth canal? Can we just not? Like, can they just come in free and to loving parents who are mature and just want to see the best and invested in their children, right? That's what black kids need, right? To feel like they're not coming into the world with a 600-pound of burden on their shoulders, right? It's shit's crazy. Okay, so let's see what he is saying, what the comments is saying, because this is some trash ass shit. This is all for his grandson respect, and I do believe that him taking up and speaking for NBA Youngboy is all for his grandson, because like I said, he was just on the internet saying fuck them people, I don't fuck with those people. He remind me of like a special ed kid when he gets angry, like it's like, oh, I don't want to be around that. I don't know how teachers be around this shit, because I could just imagine. Ooh. Floyd is a smart man, and he knows that is his grandson's father, and he doesn't want to do anything that will jeopardize or affect him and his grandson's relationship. Now that's maturity. Ain't nothing gonna affect him and his grandson's relationship. He's growing up just like a little baby Future underneath Floyd Mayweather, who seems like he always has his grandson, trying to raise him in a way that that a lot of grandparents do, in terms of when they get older and they're out of their fuckboy stage, and now they can see the bigger picture and all this other bullshit. I love his mindset. Okay, girl. Someone said that girl lucky to have her dad. Mayweather has a great heart, and he is teaching knowledge because everyone has to grow, so don't judge. Like I said, I just don't think at the expense of children, right? Tears. That man loved that baby so much that he's willing to help his lackluster father. That's a fact. At the end of the day, they family. That is a fact. He just wants his grandson to have his father. I don't think he really feels this way, but Floyd know what to say. I agree. I don't think he feels this way, because like I said, NBA Youngboy really got on the internet and told, that's how dumb the nigga is, told John Gotti Jr. how much he respects him and he idolizes him. It was like white man idolization. It's like, this is weird. What happened to community? You got Floyd Mayweather as your son's grandfather, but you're on the internet telling John Gotti that, you know, Junior, how you respect and idolize him, which was really weird, because I think you mean his father, right? You don't mean him. He was not that man. Like it's his father you're talking about. So that was confusion. You about to go off and say he don't fuck with them and laughing my fucking ass off. Floyd, call me. I hear you, girl. Sometimes you can see through people, see through the yelling, the cursing, and anger. It's all pain. Youngboy needs a father figure. Love Floyd's energy. Yeah, and I agree. He needs a father figure. His father, like, because NBA Youngboy's father is in jail for like the rest of his life. He doesn't want to see his grandson grow up fatherless, so he'd rather be with him than against him. It's bigger than him or NBA Youngboy. He loves his grandson and wants what's best for him, so he accepts who his father is. Now this is maturity. It's most definitely maturity, but again, I don't know if it's maturity in terms of like, is he being corrected and learning? Is he observing it? Because, again, it was like 3 weeks ago where he said, I ain't really into this kid thing. I ain't really into being a father, right? And we only know he's in the house and around his kids because he's on house arrest. So, I mean, can't be asking Floyd them questions with big words. I barely understood the question. I would say one thing though, for Floyd to allegedly not know how to read, he speaks really well. A lot of times when people can't read, they also can't speak real well. You know what I mean? So he's speaking real well. I mean, but that's all I got for this video. I wanted to bring that, you know, because since we're taking out the trash today, y'all know how we do it here. We keep it bougie SF. We keep it posh SF. We keep being black SF. We keep being blessed SF. Kiss, 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 kiss. And don't you forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am out. Bye.